Welcome to my cookie making demo. First, get your oven preheated to 350 degrees and then prepare your pans. Either use silk pads, parchment paper, or you can use pan spray. A couple of things too. You guys know the difference between a liquid measuring cup and dry measuring cups, right? Okay. So if you don't have a liquid measuring cup, use the dry ones for your liquid. It's fine, but there is a difference. Need a spatula of some type, measuring spoons. Okay. We also want to get our hands washed and make sure you wipe down your surfaces that you're working on. Still operate with sanitation in mind. Okay, so I'm doing chocolate chip cookies. Got all my ingredients out and we'll get mixing them now. The creaming method is that you take your fats and your sugars and you cream them until they are light and fluffy. Then you add in your eggs and any liquids. So if you have milk in the recipe, that goes in then too. If you just have vanilla extract, that's a liquid, that goes in. So eggs and vanilla are going in mine, okay? Then your dry ingredients go in. And then the last thing, if you have a garnish like chocolate chips or nuts or your soaked raisins or your M&Ms, those go in last and you mix those in by hand. You don't mix them in on the paddle or it breaks them up. All right, let's get going. So here is my mise en place all together with labels. First step is creaming your sugar and your butter. Second step is adding in your liquids and your eggs. Third step is getting all your dry ingredients incorporated. And fourth step is hand mixing in your garnish. You want your fat to be at room temperature so it's soft. And you're going to mix that on the paddle just to soften it up a little further before you add in your sugar. Also, turn off your mixer and scrape down your bowl periodically. Make sure you pack your brown sugar in. Get it nice and firm. Okay? Once you get your butter and your sugar together, I want you to turn up your speed to medium, high, or high and let it cream together until it becomes light and fluffy. Once it's light and fluffy, we add in our eggs and our vanilla or any other liquids that might be in your recipe. Make sure you maintain good habits. Even though you're at home, please clean as you go. Depending on the recipe, you may need to sift your dry ingredients together. For my cookies, I don't usually sift my ingredients. That's a lot of flour. So if you're using a mixer and not mixing it in by hand, make sure you pulse your mixer by turning it on and off. I'll show you. Now it won't fly out all over. We only want to mix this until it comes together. You do not want to develop gluten in cookies. Boom. Done. Overmixing the cookies would develop gluten, which would make your cookies tough. The mixer is just too strong. It'll break up your chocolate or your nuts, or it'll smash your raisins or your M&Ms. You don't want that. So we add garnish in and mix by hand. Okay, so we've got them mixed together. Voila. Now we need to scoop them out and stagger them on the baking sheet. The peanut butter cookies will not spread if you're making those. You're gonna pat those down, right? You make those cross hatches with a fork. The peanut M&M, the chocolate chip, or the oatmeal raisin are gonna spread, so we do what we call staggering. So you can have a scoop, or you can have your cereal spoon, or maybe a soup. Okay. Staggering means you give them a little room because they're going to spread. So I do 3 on this size sheet pan, and then I do 2. And then I do 3. All right, fill up the whole thing. You're basically alternating rows for staggering. Okay, that should take about 12 to 15 minutes. You can put 2 sheet pans in the oven, bake them light golden brown around the edges, and then take them out, cool them on a rack if you have a rack. If you don't have a rack, you could put down some foil, or you could put down a clean dish towel and let them cool. While we're waiting for our cookies, we need to do dishes, so get it cleaned up. Here's Corey demonstrating how to properly wash your hands. Make sure you follow his lead. Look it. He's singing the alphabet to himself, aren't you, Corey?
No, I don't know the alphabet. I know it up to H. And then it gets kind of wacky.
Wacky.